All right, I think we're live.
Hi everybody, good morning. This is Susan and Henry from SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company, and we are here on a commercial rooftop cleaning these solar panels. And you can see right here they're very, very, very dirty. They've been up here for 5 years and they've never been cleaned. So we're getting this job done. And Henry's already cleaned all these panels right here. I could show you. With the C1000, we cleaned these fairly well considering the panels, even though they were dirty, the C1000 was able to get the dirt off these panels. You can see right here. Fortunately, these are one portrait, so we don't have to stretch out the pole, which makes it nice because makes it less effort on cleaning the panels up here. But you can see how dirty and filthy these are right here. All right here. So all these are about to be cleaned up today. Oh, found a little piece of rock over here. Or a piece of rubber piece right there. But here's the C1000 right here. Hey, Henry. You can see he's doing it a section at a time. Hi, Joe Madrano. C1000 is his next goal. Miss John Madrano. He wants to see 1000 at one point. That's his goal.
Awesome. Watch out so you don't get wet.
Yeah, so you can see right here, no effort at all cleaning the solar panels with this brush. You can see Henry is just guiding it. You don't really have to put so much effort into cleaning the panels with this brush. We highly recommend you get this brush if you don't have one, because it does make your job a lot easier. You don't spend as much time on the roof, especially when you're doing residential. We can get about 100 panels. How long do you think it takes on residential? On residential, 100 panels, how long would it take you?
20 minutes.
So 20 minutes on a residential of 100 panels.
20, 30 minutes at the most.
Yeah. So about 20, 30 minutes, 100 panels. How heavy is it?
This?
Yeah, someone's asking.
7 pounds? Maybe about 7 pounds altogether.
About maybe 7 pounds with the brush.
The brush does all the work.
Yeah, you can see no effort on the...
And nice and smooth.
What's the wrong way to do it?
Fast. Wrong way to do it is fast. Take your time, let the brush do the work.
So take your time and
Let the brush do the work.
don't go too fast on this brush, and let the brush do the work, basically. So that's how it looks right there. No effort whatsoever.
Okay, the first row is done.
John
10 minutes.
John
Good.
Madrano.
Yeah, this first row is done in about 10 minutes. What's up, guys?
John Madrano was
So,
like, wow.
as you can see right here, this is all done. One pass, that's all you need. These solar panels have not been cleaned in 5 years.
Here.
And you can see how dirty they are. As you can see, really, really bad. Okay, this is going to be the second row. I'll have this done in about 5 minutes. Maybe, I'm taking my time. So, taking my time. As you guys can see here, how nice and clean it is. Very, very clean. The Solotech brush is less than a pound when you're actually working it. it just glides right in your hands. Um, but other than that, you're not feeling the weight. Look, I'm almost 60 years old, and I'm handling this brush like it's a piece of cake. I see some of these guys out here handling that brush, and they just don't know how to work it. There's some guys that are really good. I give them credit for that, But I've been doing this for 5 years now with the C1000. I have two of them, and if this one breaks down for any reason, and it hasn't, if it breaks down, then we have a backup. So, always be prepared. We are doing commercial right now. We're on a commercial building right now, and I'm gonna get started on this one. Well, I'll never get done because we have more solar panel cleans to do after this. So this is gonna take about an hour, maybe about an hour if that.
An hour.
Yeah, not too bad.
And we have the customer that's going to pay us through Zelle.
Ooh.
It's a commercial, our first commercial that's paying us
That's
through
paying
Zelle.
through Zelle. Okay, I'm gonna hand you back to Susan. I'm gonna get back to work.
So we love Zelle because it's instant. So we're pretty happy about that. But yeah, they called us, they found us, they wanted their panels cleaned. We put in a bid and we got it. So we are getting.
Stretching this out all the way to the end.
So there's our hose right here. Our 300 feet of hose.
Plus 50.
Oh, plus 50. So fortunately, there's a roof access to get up on the top. A little tight squeeze to get up here on the roof. I'll show you just really quick.
Okay, you're gonna have to keep an eye on this hose as I stretch it out, okay?
Okay. So there's where we had to climb up. So it's a tight squeeze, but
Walking it out.
we're able to do it. So
Watch that hose back there.
yeah. So thank you for joining us, guys, here on our YouTube channel. We're getting this job done. Hold on one second while I put my glove on. There we go. Okay, so I got to keep an eye on the hose at the same time that I have you guys live. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on. There we go. So, anyways, it's a nice, fresh day up here. The sun's not out, thankfully. If not, it would be very, very warm up here. So, you can see the panels are drying up very nicely. We got Henry over here, who is getting the second row done. We had to make sure there was water source up here. The water source is, I don't know if you can see our hose right over there. Right there. We're fortunate that they had water access here on the top because they didn't have any on the building, on the side of the building. So thankful for that. But I gotta keep an eye on this. Make sure that the hose doesn't get stuck. These are some obstacles that you have to come across when you do commercial. You gotta make sure that you have enough hose for one thing. Number two, gotta make sure there's water source around the building, irrigation, a spigot, either on the bottom or with this building, there's a spigot on the top, so there's water source up here, which makes it a lot easier, I think, just from my experience. But, and also the panels here, you got to make sure you have space in between to walk. If not, if they're bunched up together, then sometimes you need another equipment to clean the solar panels, because we don't recommend you step on them. Yeah.
You're showing them how I handle the brush. It's on my shoulder.
So you can see Henry has the brush on his shoulder. And the pole is not too heavy with the brush on it. You can see he's guiding it. Very simple, very easy. Not much effort. Henry's been doing this for 6 years, and when you have maybe 2, 3, 4 portraits of panels lined up, you do have to stretch out the pole, which that pole can extend about 38 feet. So if you have, let's say, all of these panels were bunched up together, row at a time, and there's no way to walk, then you have to stretch out the pole. And that usually takes a little more effort, but not too bad. But these are just one portrait. One portrait means there's just one panel, as opposed to maybe 2, 3, or 4, or 6 panels all lined up together. But if any of you have any questions out there, feel free to ask. We're here to help you. Commercial can be easy when you have a job like this, or it could be difficult when you have carports. Carports, we found it from our experience, are the hardest ones to do, because you do have to rent a boom lift, and you have to go up on the boom lift and handle the brush or whatever equipment you have to do the carports. Rooftops are somewhat easier, especially when there's a water source. Sometimes you might come across a commercial project where there is no water source, where you have to rent more equipment, like a water buffalo, to get water, and you have to find water to fill it up. So just different things that you have to look out for when it comes to commercial. But you want to make sure you bid right. You don't want to bid too low. You got to charge what you're worth. We charged quite a bit for this project. And the sun is starting to come out a little bit, so it's going to get a little warm, but not too bad, because there's enough clouds where it's not going to get too hot right now. But we'll be done with this in about maybe half an hour. And once we're done, then we got to go do some more cleanings. So our day is pretty busy. Start of the week, it's pretty busy out here. But commercial, we have not gone to a commercial to try to get cleanings. They've actually found us. They've called us to put in bids, and we get them. Not all of them. There's some that we don't get, but that's okay. You know, we're busy with other commercial accounts that we have, so we are vendors for Target, so we do clean their windows. But if any of you want to get into the business, I would suggest starting off with residential. Don't jump into commercial right away, because you need to get your feet wet on getting familiar with your equipment, getting familiar with how the solar panel cleaning business goes. But you know, once you get familiar with how to use your brush, whatever brush you do have that you're using, then you'll get familiar with pricing for residential, and then pricing for commercial. So you always want to charge what you are worth, because if you don't, you're going to end up losing money. Second row is all done right here.
10 minutes.
Took Henry 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Easy as pie.
I'm not even breaking a sweat yet.
No, he's just a little wet, but that's okay. It's keeping him nice and cool.
Yeah, it's cooling me down.
You know, the sun's starting to pop out a little bit.
The sun's coming out.
Yeah, right there's the sun. But overcast is good. We love overcast because it's, yeah. And there's a nice breeze up here, so we got some people working up there on the poles or on the trees, or they're putting traffic lights. So it's a busy day out here. So we're going to get this row done with the C1000. How's it going, Henry? Are you breaking a sweat?
No,
No.
not even close.
No.
Let me go stretch this out. I gotta stretch this out all the way through. Watch this hose back here, okay?
Okay.
For me, so it doesn't get tangled.
Yeah. There we go. Gotta stretch out this hose. Hold on, guys. There we go. Gotta get this hose around here. Gotta go all the way to the end. But, you know, you do the best you can when you are setting your price for your residentials, for your 1 stories, 2 stories. You know, don't start very low because you can't negotiate up. If you start high, you can negotiate lower. You know, it depends on what the customer is looking for as far as price. You do have wiggle room if you do start off high. But like Henry says, always, always, always charge what you are worth, because you are the one up there on the roof, especially in the summertime. It is very hot, and it's hotter up on the roof than it is on the bottom. So charge your labor. You're out there sweating, hot, doing the work, cleaning solar panels. So just keep that in mind. You know, you're always more than welcome to call us if you have any questions about the brush, about starting your business.
Look how nice and smooth this is.
Yeah.
Smoothest brush on the market. I love this brush. Will not go to any other brush other than this one. When you know how to work it, you know how to use it, know the correct pressure, it's magic.
It's magic.
Magic.
And it's not too loud.
No, it's
Not
smooth.
loud, nice and smooth.
Look at this. Look at this. How smooth is that?
And you see that it doesn't bounce off the panels.
Not bouncing, none of that.
It's not
crap.
shaking. It's gliding very smooth on the panels, and that's what you want in a brush. You want it to be smooth. You don't want to pound the brush on the panels because it is glass, so you don't want to break them. You just lay
One pass, that's all you need.
You just lay it on the panel and let it glide one pass. And look how quickly it cleaned these panels with just one pass. Thank you for joining us, John Madrano. We appreciate it. Henry's a little wet right here, but it keeps him nice and cool.
Okay, to be honest, to be fair, I'm wet because of this right here. The guard does its job, but right here you have hose that water comes out. So I'm actually right here, but actually I'm not that wet. I really am not.
No.
But this just protects most of it, and the water is actually shooting that way.
Yeah.
Well, without the guard, it's going to come all the way around.
But when it's summertime, you won't mind getting wet. Trust me.
The guard.
You don't mind getting wet because it'll keep you nice and cool. So there's a benefit to the water getting on you when it's hot. So you gotta think of it that way. But you notice that he doesn't have to stretch out the pole because these are 1/4 solar panels. And you can see the way he moves the brush. He just, like I said, he's just gliding it. It's just a nice glide. Now you said not to go too fast, right?
Yeah, not too fast when you go over. I mean, if you know what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you're just learning it.
If you're just learning how to work the brush that you're using, don't go too fast. Just take your time, go slow. Make sure the panels are getting clean.
I've been doing this for 5 years plus, so for me, it's a piece of cake. Watch your back.
Yep. So there you go. The C1000 at work. Look at all that dirt. It's a lot of dirt right there. But again, thank you for joining us here live on this commercial rooftop that we're working on right now. John Madrano, you will get your brush. Just keep... Your dreams will come true. You will get it. Just keep on doing what you're doing. And that brush will be coming to you when you are ready to get one. There you go. These are nice and clean. And we got this last row to do.
Last row.
Last row.
Less than an hour.
Yep. Less than an hour. Here.
I'll get it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You breaking a sweat yet?
No. On this job.
No.
So today we're going to do roughly around $1,000, a little over $1,000 today, just in cleanings. If we could do $1,000 a day, we're on track. If we're less than that, then you know, we got a serious problem. Maybe, you know, it could be a marketing issue, it could be anything. But we get a lot of people calling us, and it's just Susan and myself right now working. So we bust all this out ourselves. We profit all the money ourselves. So we don't have to share it with anybody, with no employees. We don't have to sit there and, you know, spend extra money on the state when we're just doing it ourselves. And this summertime, we spread everything out to where we're not killing ourselves. And every day we're making over $1,000 every day. So, you know, we want it. That's our goal. That's what we want to accomplish. And this job right here, just this one job, pretty much took care of that. So this is the last row. We got all these done already. These are all done. Nice and clean, as you guys can see. Don't forget to take pictures. Susan's going to take some pictures, get all that taken care of. And we're done. I mean, if it wasn't for us talking right now, I would probably be already done, but that's okay. So we're gonna go on Instagram next and get that taken care of. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button. And if you have any questions, like Susan said, give us a call, 909-552-1381. Give us a call and ask us a question, and we're here to help. We're here to help, okay? So, all right, guys. Talk to you later. Summertime is here. The sun is out. Time for us to get busy. Should be done by 1:30, 2 o'clock today. All right, guys. Catch you guys on the next video. See you guys. Peace. Okay, Instagram.